Part 3. To catch an ant. So we introduced ourselves to Frederick Sparksmith III, and chatted about this and that. You know, the weather, the best sausage vendors, how behemoth insects have conveniently destroyed businesses that competed with Blunderbore's empire. The boxes on the train? The young Sparksmith had ordered materials for building ant people traps in an attempt to protect his business. Unfortunately, all his cargo mysteriously went missing from the Iron Horse.
Blunderbore chooses to fight the ant people whenever he'd like some damage done. That's what I say.
Actually, I think Blunderbore and the ant people are allies or something, working together to destroy competition under the guise of urban warfare.
Anything?
Not that I could see.
Blunderbore must have people in the Trade Commission and have known about your shipment. The ant people probably attacked the Iron Horse just to steal your supplies.
Those rapscallions, those vagabonds, well, their game is up. I shall simply look those giants in the eye.
Then you'd better stand on a stool.
Ahem. And demand, oh unscrupulous giants, let this city go. You claim ant people are a real threat? Balderdash!
Yeah, that's a real slick plan for a first try. But there might be a hitch or two on implementation if...
Yeehaw! Let's hightail it, folks. Those pebbles won't hold it for long.
I say, hello, Rapunzel, was it? I'm Freddy, and you're talented, I say, and quite the creature.
Thanks. You're a nice creature too.
Ant people and giants? That'll be one tough treasure house to liberate.
Did he touch her hand?
Look, I don't think it'll be safe for you to go home, Freddy. Blunderbore might send ant people to finish the job. You have a place you can hide out.
Indeed. My lady, would you and your friends care to accompany me to... My workshop is a little rustic. But I could offer you some refreshment, or ping pong. It's the latest novelty. When the balls bounce, they make the most enchanting popping sounds.
Nothing our pixie needs, like a little refreshment and or ping pong.
I wouldn't mind a change of garb and a wash-up. I feel half buried, and my hair's fit for the vermin's nest.
Nonsense! Through the dust of valorous action, your enchanting eyes gleam all the brighter.
Golly, thanks, Freddy.
I'd had those words on the tip of my tongue, but Loudmouth blurted first. Actually, I'd been about to say, you don't look that bad, which is basically the same thing. Too bad we could have risked stopping at the Sparksmith mansion in Marble Heights. Freddy probably had gold-plated toilet bowls he was dying to flaunt for Rapunzel. Instead, we trudged over to his workshop near Duggerton, and all the while I was trying to figure out what to do. I could work up a plan to get Mama free from her guards the next time she left the building, but that wouldn't be good enough, and I promised her I'd rebuild the tenement and bakery. Can't do that in a war zone. Besides, Mama's grandpapa, the Great Chief, wouldn't run off. Knowing what we know about Blunderbore, wouldn't just stand by while people are suffering.
Do you sell these, doohickeys?
No, collecting gadgets is a hobby. Newspapers, publishing, that's the Sparksmith legacy. Grandpapa always said, a well-informed society is the pinnacle of civilization. But my motto is, technology is doggone fascinating, and steam is more powerful than giants. And also, I like things with hinges and springs and little levers and stuff. I'm still fiddling with the motto.
Yes, the Sparksmith family history is simply fascinating. But Blunderbore is holding my mother, and I've got to...
Bingo! Just tell me how to help. I'm not afraid of giants or squids or giant squids or anything. Except maybe old meat. Something nasty about old meat, isn't there? Right.
Listen, no one's tough enough to take on all those giants, let alone their ant people colleagues.
So what's the plan, Jack?
The current plan happened to consist solely on pretending I had a plan. To find a way to expose Blunderbore's nefarious plot, we need evidence, but there's no chance of breaking into that building, and no way of getting into the floating penthouse without climbing up from the floor below.
Ha! Never fear! I've recently Oh, made the most ingenious from an overseas catalogue. That will solve all our problems. Behold, the backpackapult. Strap in, Jack, and I shall simply fling you at your lofty destination.
It was then I first suspected that Freddy wanted me dead. No you won't. Anything that goes flying at that thing risks being caught mid-air and gnawed to a pulp by a sky-jealous Jabberwock.
Or falls screaming to his death on the pavement below.
But nice thinking. Freddy will call that Plan B.
Anywho, we've got to publicly expose Blunderball's connection to the ant people.
I happen to know a media man with his own newspaper.
Bingo! Front page special edition.
Weren't your printing presses in that building that just collapsed?
Right, I'll need a new press, won't I?
It won't be enough. This city's in love with Blunderball. We'll need definite proof.
Like, say, an ant person willing to spill the beans?
That'll do. Freddy assured us that he had enough material in hand to make one ant person track. While I helped him put it together, Prue headed out for her evening show. Apparently Rapunzel made an escape too. I was a nervous wreck until she came back a couple of hours later, but I didn't want to make a fuss. So I played it cool. You just went out in the city alone? But why? This isn't out west, Punty. The city is dangerous even if we weren't currently in a war zone. You could have gotten lost or killed or baked into muffins. What were you doing?
Nothing. Forget about it.
Completely cool. The next afternoon, we had something that might possibly hold an ant person for a minute, if we could find one and ask it nicely to step inside. Brilliant plan, Jack. I'll need a few hours to do some research.
Righto, Captain. We'll keep ourselves busy while you do the brain work. Miss Rapunzel, I took the liberty to order a cake for you because, you know, sweet, like cake. That is, if you'd like some cake.
Really? Jack, do you think I'm sweet like cake?
Not on your life.
Oh.
Because she's not some silly pastry girl. She's strong and great and amazing and fun and beautiful and...
I love cake.
Bingo!
I'd like to bingo his...
Jackie, are you trying to lose her?
What? No,
Egads, bucko. Give that girl a flower or you might be saying toodles for good.
Come on. Rapunzel doesn't want a flower.
In all my diminutive years, I've never seen a girl who didn't melt at getting a bloom from a fella.
Prue didn't get it. Rapunzel isn't girly. She's all about action, and the best way to woo her was to show her I was good for something. Unfortunately, the only thing I've ever been good at is hatching schemes. The best schemes are a fine balance of both the takers and the takees. You've got to have the right people on both sides. Blunderball was the kind of mark you'd find once in a lifetime. Wealthy, evil, and due a long crawl in a deep latrine. But he had a fist the size of a boulder. If I tried to bring him down and failed, I was pretty sure there wouldn't be enough of me left to crawl anywhere. But my mother had no one else, and Rapunzel expected me to succeed. It would be my greatest scheme ever, or a fatal failure. I pursued Freddy's stash of newspapers from the past year, mapped out an origin of the ant people appearances, and calculated the most likely place to stumble into a horde of man-eating invertebrate. The darkest, seediest, most unsavory corner of Shyport. Troll's Cranny. If our luck held, we would have the trap built before anyone tried to knife us. But, as in the case with my luck, it didn't hold. Oi! This here's the Commodore's turf, ye wee waddle puppies. I looked at that crook and wondered if that's how Rapunzel would see me when she realized just what I am. Bad guys sure are bad, aren't they?
Bad is bad. That's darn tootin'.
You say waddle puppy?
Crunch. You'll be needing to pay strutting trolls, sweeter chickens. I mean, it's easy to tell who the bad guys are.
Sure, the ones trying to kill us.
I was waiting for someone bigger to show up and take care of this group for us.
Sweeter? What? Was that an insult?
You're not getting past us, you spare-ribbed coney hackets. But no such luck.
Coney Hackets. Seriously, you're going with Coney Hackets. You guys are ridiculous.
Wish. Yank. At West, things were simpler. There's good and there's bad. Flip. I wasn't sure Rapunzel would understand how in the city everything is a whole lot trickier. Clonk. What would she do if she found out I used to be one of the bad guys? What if I still am?
Ha ha! I guess those villains didn't like the look of us.
Or they saw something worse.
This is the part where we flee for our lives.
Right.
Crew, let's do the pixie split. Flap, flap, flap. A Foley's Galahad crew could do some fancy flying. Flap, 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 flap.
What's the matter? Afraid I'll bite off your nose?
Hans, Fred, get ready to jump left. These fellas here said ant people were a bunch of lily-livered, bum skeeters. Uh-oh. Wow!
Scream!
There she is, Freddy. Punzy, circle back.
Aye, Captain.
Flap, 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 flap. Flap, flap.
Scream!
Click. Good work.
Talk, you! What exactly are we trying to find out?
Right. We're going to need to know what the larger plan is.
What's your plan, fiend? Tell us.
Flip, flip, flip. What is it that Blunderbore is orchestrating that requires ant people?
What is Blunderbore up to, Demon Spawn?
Why would ant people even work with a giant? What is he offering them?
What is he paying you?
We needed to talk to whoever was leading the ants and get them to turn on Blunderbore. Where is your leader?
Scree!
What?
Scree!
All we seem to be getting is a lot of scream.
I was noticing that myself. It doesn't make any sense. They have to be able to communicate, or none of this would get organized.
Take a look at this, Captain.
Just Jack is fine. What is it?
A clue surrounded in mystery by arcane orientish paper creasing.
Just unfold it, Freddy.
Ow.
Return to squad. Staging area after each intersection. Where'd you get this?
I pulled it out of its, rear.
Out of its rear end. Ew.
No, it's rear carapace. It was just sticking out.
Whatever. Ew.
This is where they are. Where all of them are.
So now we know where not to go.
I'm going down there.
Why? You think there's treasure?
No, I think there's leverage. If we can find out what Blunderbore doesn't want anyone to know, we've got the upper hand. Better yet, if we can steer things in a direction he isn't expecting.
It goes without saying that I'll be going with you.
Look, this is going to require some serious fast talking, and you...
Tell me you're not worried about my safety. You do remember the giant snake.
It's just, I'm hoping to do this without a fight, and my trick will be more believable if I'm alone.
Right.
Okay, I'll need a regard. That way you'll be ready to come running if I need help. But don't come unless I holler. No need for all of us to lose our livers.
Fine. You better be careful, Jack the baker's son.
Don't worry about me. I'm wily. Also fairly stupid, but only on occasion. Such as when I'm descending alone into a sewer hive of gargantuan flesh-eating insect people. Right about when that dank, rotten stench hit me, I questioned the whole going in alone thing. But it was kind of the deed that made my mama proud, wasn't it? The sort of thing good guys did. The type of heroic action that Rapunzel could admire. Hello? Ant people? Scree? I'm unharmed? I'm unarmed. I'm a friend. No need for biting or tearing or eating. I just came to talk. Blunderbore sent me. Oh, good. Here you are. Just as Blunderbore said. Listen, there's been a slight change of plans.
What?
Right, you do speak. So this evening, exactly 5, Blunderbore wants you to pop up on the Fleet of Street in front of Shypot Ledger Building. Shout Scree a lot. The usual. Except no killing this time. What a drag, huh?
Blunderbar sent you.
Yeah, that's it. The usual messenger pulled a hamstring, so he sent me.
There goes tonight's shufflebone tournament. Did our gallant leader give reason for this mission?
Yeah, I told him you guys wouldn't like it. But you know how giants are about keeping up appearances. Of course, you would know because you are giant under there. Which is the thing I've known all along. Right. Exactly. So, shufflebone anyone? Eat him. Holy gravy. Great crackling cornbread. Giants are ants. Ants are giants. Ants are giants are big giant ants. What are you doing down here?
You said to come with your Holland.
Whoops, I did holler, didn't I?
Just a bit. So what's the plan?
The plan, run.
Run?
Run!
Your plan seems to favour the fleeing option of late.
I should have guessed. I mean, what are the odds that giants and some hitherto unknown breed of huge insect will be the same size?
Wait, give me a minute to figure it out.
Carried in two? The odds are zilch, because there's no such thing as ant people.
But then,
The giants are the ants.
Bingo.
An entire squadron never came out of that tunnel. I'm not going there.
No more dilly-dallying. Pursue that target down the tunnel and eat him.
Anyone care to go down fighting?
With you, Pants?
I am steamed up and ready for the poking out of the eyeballs.
Blunderball will bake us into breakfast if we let him escape with their story.
don't eat me. I taste like lima beans. Family condition, I swear.
Sorry, Mama. I didn't want you to be right about me. But you were. Sorry.
Cool. What was that?
What? That impossibly loud, defying coo.
Oh, that. I thought you meant something else.
What the? They have magic bird beasties? Oh! Help! 3 giant pigeons living in the sewer. Attack!
Attack!
3 magic beans I tossed at some birds near a sewer grate last year. Being just a tad distracted, I didn't put the 2 together at the time. Change the order to flee! What is this tunnel? It looks freshly dug.
Less contemplation, more fleeing for life.
Not. They're straw-brained idiots. Once in the building, remember to remove your costume and store it in the vault before going anywhere. I.e., near a window, you numbskulls. Loving yours, Stig. First Lieutenant to Mr. B. Up there's the Blunderball building. They've got an underground entrance so the ant people can sneak in and out without being seen. This is it, our way in. They think their fortress is impenetrable. So they might have their guard down on the inside, but it's now or never. Before any of those bird-harassed lumps gets back to report.
You aim to free your mother and steal some of Blunderberg's deception?
What about our trapped ant person?
Troll's Cranny is teeming with ant people. Ours is surely freed by now, so we'll have to go through the building up to the roof. And then climb into that floating story. There might still be ant people costumes in the closet near Blunderball's stateroom. That might just convince the mayor and all of Shyport.
How do you know where the costumes would be?
I'm pretty sure I saw some the time I climbed the beanstalk.
You mean you've actually been inside that place?
Yeah, just for a minute. Most terrifying minute of my short life.
But I thought the beanstalk fell down and I didn't know you actually got up there. Why didn't you tell me?
Because I had to skip town fast. And we'd better skip this sewer before we're found. I sent Prudence off to find my mother in Blunderball's kitchen. Warn her what we are up to. And get Mum out of the building, if she could. Or at least find a good hiding place in case we got caught. Ralph, where'd you put my bubble bath? Hey, who?
Yeehaw!
Sleep. Smack. Let off, you nants. Ow! Oof.
Tough? ant trap wire.
What? Oh, yes, righto.
This vertical lift takes a key to operate, and I didn't see stairs.
Then I guess it's my turn.
Help.
Oh, alright, fine.
And that's when I added a handful of minced garlic.
And doesn't it overwhelm the flavor? Well, you see, offset by the lemon juice.
Punsy,
Yeah?
do I tell her she's pretty? That my heart goes bang every time she hog-ties a giant? That I have to look away for the fear of drowning in her eyes? That I don't want to be a criminal mastermind anymore? You're good at lassoing stuff.
Thanks.
Ah, the words that flow from my mouth are pure poetry. When we reach the top floor, find stairs to the roof and we're nearly home free.
3, 5, 4. And oh, let's say, fum. And you say, Prudence dear, that this isn't the first time he's left you behind as he breaks into my home? Bad form.
Hiya, Jackie.
Ain't that just Daisy?